Hello there, welcome to the Airgun Gear Show. This is the Airarms S510 Ultimate Sporter. If I was to say that Ferraris were the ultimate sports cars in the world, someone out there in YouTube land would surely tell me quite quickly that I was wrong. And if I was to also say that Bessie, my trusted lawnmower here, was the best lawnmower in the world, I'm sure someone out there would very quickly pipe up and tell me that I was wrong. Don't worry, Bessie, it's not true. So when a manufacturer claims that their air rifle is the ultimate sporter, that's a hell of a claim, and we need to take a closer look at it. This Airarms is basically a beefed up S510 with a fully adjustable laminated Manelli stock, which at first glance is a true work of art. The version I have here is 177 caliber, and Airarms say that the moderator on the front is specially tuned specifically for that caliber. And that specialist tuning of the moderator entwines with the shrouding around the barrel. As with the standard S510, this Ultimate Sporter is a 10-shot air rifle. The trigger is typical Airarms, fully adjustable with the safety button embedded in it. I have previously reviewed an Airarms S510 and found it to be an exceptionally good air rifle, and the link for that is on the screen now should you wish to watch it. However, on the side of this rifle, it does say Ultimate Sporter, and I've devised a test to find out exactly what an ultimate air rifle should be. This is my list of airgun ultimateness, and I've generated it during my travels around the world of airguns and air rifles by asking people what would be on their ultimate airgun list. On the list is multi-shot, single shot, accuracy, anti-double load, adjustability, left hand and right hand, visible safety, high quality barrel, regulated, quick fill, quality stock and swivel studs. I'm going to grant a point for each item achieved on my list. Let's see how the Airarms S510 Ultimate Sporter gets on. First thing on the list, is it a multi-shot? Yes it is. The magazine on the Ultimate Sporter has been greyed out on the front, and that's the only change between that and the original yellow fronted Airarms magazine. But I have to say, when loading an Airarms magazine, I'm going to stick my neck out and I'm going to say this is by far the best magazine loading system I have ever tried, because you simply drop the pellets in, there's no tapping it in afterwards, it's pellet in and spin. And because you've got that cover on the front, it means nothing ever comes back out. The next one on the list is single shot. Number 3, accuracy. I'm shooting at a measured 42 meters. The scope I'm using is an MTC Viper Connect 3x12x24, and I've got it wound up to 12. So is it accurate? Oh yes, it's accurate. Even with a wobbly scope cam, it's very forgiving. And for those of you that follow us on Facebook, you'll know that the other week I shot that one on a very calm day, and that's all 10 pellets touching each other. Number 4, anti-double load. Now I'm doing this with an empty magazine. I don't recommend you do this with your own gun. So anti-double load, No. Number 5, adjustability. Well, the cheek piece is adjustable in 3 places. There's 2 screws in here, which the camera can't quite pick up, and a further one here for height. The shoulder pad is also adjustable for up and down. The trigger is also adjustable via these 2 Allen bolts here, so it's a yes for adjustability. Number 6, is it ambidextrous? Well, the cheek piece is, but the action isn't. So it sort of goes halfway. So I'm going to give that half a point. Now I have to admit, when I'm in this position, if I look to the rear of the rifle, I like to know if the gun is in safe or not. And I can't tell you without canting the rifle to the side. And there's that safety on the trigger. So do I call that a visible safety? No. Number 8, high quality barrel. It's Lothar Walther. It's fine. It's a high quality barrel. Regulated. A load of you said the rifle must be regulated. Now, you might spit your tea out when I say this, but I don't necessarily agree with you. As long as the rifle works and does what it should do out of the box, I don't have a problem with it being regulated or unregulated. A lot of manufacturers out there fit regulators, a lot don't. And they all seem to get the same sort of power and consistency. So I'm going to overrule on the regulated thing, and I'm going to say if it's got enough power, if it's got enough accuracy, and if it's consistent, it gets a tick whatever. So tick for regulated, even though it doesn't have one. Number 10, a quick fill procedure. Airarms has always stuck by its filling procedure, which does take time. And with their own Airarms adapter, it means that it's not interchangeable between rifles. And you have to get it lined up just right. I'm doing this sat down at my table. There we go. Right, so we then fill. And then release. Now, this is the tricky bit. And I've seen people do this, which is what I do. Because I've then got to get this off. And when I pull it forward, I don't want to bash the underside of my silencer or my barrel. In fact, I've actually seen people take the whole silencer off to do this. Here we go, see, I bashed it. Even with it on, I bashed my silencer. So, there you go. That's not a quick fill procedure. Using an adapter like that or like that would be. So quick fill, no. Number 11, the quality stock. It is a very nice stock. However, straight out of the box on mine, I have to say it's not perfect. And as I'm paying extra money for the stock, I'd like to see a perfect stock, and mine isn't. It does have visible marks and imperfections, and therefore high quality stock is a no. Number 12, swivel studs. Yes, there's 2 of them, the one on the front and there's one at the rear, which is very nicely finished. I've totted up the scores, and the Airarms Ultimate Sporter comes out with a score of 6.5 out of 12. Now, there are those of you that will say, you haven't measured the barrel, you haven't told us how heavy the rifle is. No, I haven't. In the description box below, there's a link to the Airarms website. Please click through there and have a look, and that will answer all the technical questions that you have. The point of my video today is to find out whether or not the rifle is worth the title Ultimate. I've got one last thing to say about the S510, and it's the biggest compliment I can pay a rifle. I've bought it. It's mine. I've paid cold, hard cash for it. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. I don't really go much for the chintzy stock. I haven't even bothered to adjust it for my size and shape. Just doesn't float the boat for me. But the action, what goes on inside the breech, the magic that goes on in there, and the barrel and the silencer, it's bloody fantastic. And it's not going back. I haven't had an Air Arms in my collection like this for a long time, and this one is going to stay with me, just like my lawnmower. There we are then. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.